All right, hey guys. Yeah, take two. There's been a lot of little interruptions here. Using the mic on the iPhone, so it might not be all that great, but not that the other one's super quality, but it definitely works better. Anyways, had to get charging cords, everything crazy. 3 or 4 charging cords in the house. They're all done, so off to Walmart I went, and I'm returning here. We are doing the water signs for the month of August. On Mark or Spirit Child 1723. Okay, so the first card out, I had the first row out, and that's I'm gonna pick up right there where I stopped. So we're just gonna start fresh with this top row. This is water signs. First card out was the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that's got their finances in order. Doesn't seem to be wanting for everything. Very stable, grounded energy. This person makes a plan and kind of sticks to it. They're not trying crazy get rich schemes or anything. This is very solid. You know, sometimes it's wealth that's been passed down, but this person is more than capable of making their own prosperity as far as money. The next card out is the Three of Earth in this deck. It says, do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft. Working well with others, an excellent reputation. So, it's like taking your skills to another level. You know, artwork sometimes doesn't always equal money or that type of energy in exchange, but this is showing that whatever skill you fine-tuned, there's others to collaborate with. There are ways to get paid for it, and shows development and progress in that. And the female energy that comes out in this top row is the Queen of Fire. All right, so this is brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. Controlling? Anybody out there controlling? There's nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. Need for balance between career and personal life. So this is a real strong go-getter. You know, chasing their dreams and, you know, really proving to themselves they can bring all that into their world, you know. I like the energy. I like this energy around this queen here. Yeah. It's a go-getter, self-starter. Then we have the dreamer. New start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. So, the same as the fool, right? Going on a journey. Nothing's planned. Traveling light, you know what I mean? Kind of just out there with curiosity and passion to like find a way, you know? To find their way, find a way, you know, wants to experience life. All right, this is a new deck. It's very stiff. It's a Moonology deck. It's interesting. Let's see what we got here. For the water signs in the month of August, what does the Moonology deck have to say? Please and thank you, Spirit. Please protect the space, keep us safe in this energy. Keep unwanted energies out of this. Protect myself and the collective. So it is. Alright, we're going to flip them over. Ooh, upside down card. Okay. Yeah. One card similar to that of the earth signs. Alright, we had a time to give rather than take, but it was in reverse. Time to give rather than take. In reverse. So this is saying to be in reverse. This is you being receptive. You know what I mean? The energy is that you've given to others, you've given out to the universe, and it's time to receive. And that's underneath the King of Pentacles, King of Earth in this deck. Then we have emotions are running high, supermoon. That's underneath the 3 of Earth. Fine tuning your craft. It says emotions are running high. So we all have that, I seem to get a lot of energy 1 or 2 days before the full moon rather than on the full moon. And everyone's different and everyone feels it differently, but I can feel as it's getting close. I guess my radar, my antenna, is aware of the energy and I can really feel it before it comes. And then underneath the Queen of Fire, we have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So this came out for Earth signs too, I believe, these last 2 cards, or this card for sure. I don't know about the next one, just this one. It's time to release negativity. So whatever's going on in August, both Earth and water, release negativity, get grounded, self-care, and just be more in a female receptive energy. Let stuff come to you, keep your vibration as high as possible and let stuff, you'll attract, what your energy is pairing. You're good enough. So just a reminder, this says full moon in Virgo. This is under the dreamer, starting their journey, heading out into the world, unknown, unskilled, but they're going for it. They got the passion, they got the curiosity, they're walking with their dog, and this is just a reminder that you're good enough. That's important for all of us. All right, we got another new deck. I got about 6 new decks. We're going to break them in, and for anyone who's done this, they don't shuffle well. They don't do what they're supposed to till you kind of wear them in a little bit. So that's okay. If nothing jumps, and it's not attuned to me yet, we'll just take the first, card off the top. I don't know why that keeps happening. I must have, hold on one second. I must have fanned them in 2 different directions, which I did. So, all right, we're not going to take any in reverse. I'll get this deck straightened out, but we need 2 more cards, or at least 1 more card for water in the month of August. Please and thank you. All right, we'll take that. I got to remember to straighten that deck out. All right, first card out is a 10, which is basically a 1. So starting the cycle. Follow your own good advice. This is Alice in Wonderland. Trust yourself. You know what's best for you. So this, again, being true to yourself. Stay grounded with earth energy. Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Do the things that you would tell someone else to do if they were going through what you were going through, what you are going through. And then we have investigate. It's a 7. Okay. Look closely, ask questions, think before acting. 7, 7 card to me, you're usually getting, proof. You're getting results of something you tried. And this is saying to look at it again, you know what I mean? Maybe possibly re-choose, 6 usually gets you into motion, gets you unstuck from the 5. The 7 in, the cycle is more of a, you might have 3 different paths, right? So it's saying to evaluate, take your time, and then, choose what's best for you and what seems to, will lead you, to happiness and, what you're seeking, career-wise, love-wise. Then we have 42, mortality, which adds up to 6. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and it's yours to live. And that came out, I think. No, it didn't. I take that back. It didn't come out for Earth signs. Mortality. So life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. So I did get an overall, I'm getting an overall message of, you know, time is measurable. Time is, when there's an opportunity, you know, and a possibility to do something, you know, you're not always going to have that reassurance that, you know, there's no risk or whatever. And I keep getting overall energy for August that you know, it's okay to take the risk. It's okay to go a little further. It's okay to look into someone as a possible relationship, you know, and not necessarily rush into it, not necessarily run away from it, you know, but kind of check it out, that type of thing. All right, so here we go. This is the tea. This looks like it'll be on romance. I'm just drop the pile. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. This deck's new too. This deck is new too. So let's see what came out for the water signs. Numbing, self-medicating, addictions, irrational behavior. All right. So, man, this is, I don't know. This guy's dressed up with the army pants, but he's got a panda head on. Doesn't want to feel like I've been there, you know. I'm not sure what they're trying to hide from. They're, you know, it's the energy that they're down on themselves, right? Numbing the pain, don't want to accept, you know, something stopped, whether it's work or love or both. Then we have cuffing season. Single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. There's some interesting characters in this deck here. This is saying, you know, some of you guys are putting yourself out there and you're okay with being single and okay with, you know, kind of having fun and being lighthearted and playful and, you know, whatever that means to you, you know. And it's okay. And then it says high vibing, good vibes, living to the fullest, enjoying the present. So, you know, I'm sort of getting that, you know, the water signs here in August. It's okay. Like, you're learning how to be okay single, and you know you're good enough. You know you're a whole person outside of another person, and this is saying to go with it, because you're going to attract. You're going to start to attract the same, you know, and you're going to start to attract someone that's independent on their own, but is looking for someone, and it's very attractive to be in the same vibration and know that, you know, you can do everything on your own, but it's nice to have a partner, that type of thing. All right, let's try to get a couple romance cards. Past life relationship, romantic feelings. That definitely came out for Earth sign. I'm not confused on that one. That one definitely came out on the Earth signs, guys. Stay optimistic about your love life. So, this always reminds me of Fabio, for whatever reason, you know. This guy, like, kind of seducing, you know, his romantic partner, you know, and more or less it's an energy. So, this is very sensual, very sexy, very physical in all ways. So good for you, water signs. And then romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this is saying not to deny the truth. You know, if you do have feelings for someone, you know, try find a way to express them. You know, sometimes it's, you know, depending how early on it happens, you know, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable and it's vulnerability and all that, but, you know, how they gonna know what you're feeling, you know, if you don't express it at some level? You know, I just went through a big thing really trying to figure out, you know, mine as well as someone else's, like, what's their love language, you know, what do they like? Some people, like, you know, giving them gifts doesn't do anything for them, you know, but like showing them affection and you know, kind of being close in public or stuff, that goes a long way. Everyone's a little different, you know. This says stay optimistic about your love life, you know. So this person's bringing gifts, bringing might be putting stuff down on an altar or a worship place, or you know what they consider their place where they go to commune with the goddess, the god, the universe, by bringing flowers, you know, being open. You know, this person's heart's open and they're ready, you know, and they're looking for someone. So I'll just take one card here to close this up. I'm gonna take one from a spirit deck. Kind of interesting because we had the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Fire. Those are two, you know, one's a real go-getter, the other one's real stable and firm. You know, that's the female and male energy. Talking about releasing negativity and you know, knowing that you're whole. You know, not numbing your feelings and get into that high vibration. Let's see what we have for water to close this reading. All right, this is your message from Spirit. Let's see what this does. Intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. So, we all get signs, nudges, symbolism. You know, the more the more we're open to it, the more we explore our gifts and stuff. You'll see spirit work in your life, and it's just saying that intuition is just one gift. Everyone's capable of developing it. Everyone has it. You know, the long and short of it is usually we make this division and start running off in, you know, analytical side of the mind, you know what I mean? And we kind of let that go to sleep, let it go dormant, you know, unless we're getting a message that we're in extreme, you know, type of situation, you know, that our life's being threatening or something. Then you start listening to your intuition. But anyways, on a more easier, softer note, everyone possesses is a gift of the soul, you know. Just one way your soul talks to you, right? So that's why I have for you guys, Earth signs. Apologize the delay in doing some readings, but that's where I'm at. And then just got hit with a whole mess of you know, technological and equipment not working right. Not that I use a lot, but anyways, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great week, great day, great week, great month. You know, get out there, do what you got to do. You know, live life and take some risks. You know, take some risks. All right, we'll see you next time.